Alan sounds so
Links.
camp when he says no dramas.
Link's
Palmer,
been shared anyway.
I
What a
don't like. I
boy.
wouldn't like to be you watching these scunny heats with your hands all covering your face. God,
I'll-
please.
I'll be muting myself when I turn back to Scunny.
Yeah.
Oh, result.
What? Won the toss?
Jankovic is a Czech champion.
What a boy.
I wouldn't like to be you watching these scunny heats with your hands all covering your face. God, please. What a guy.
So we're on. It's a very good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day you're watching this. And yeah, BSM making history tonight with a double edit, so we thought we'd just follow suit and do a watch along to both meetings tonight. The two meetings we've got are the Poole Pirates versus the Workington Comets in one semi-final. And in the other semi-final, we've got the Oxford Cheetahs facing the Scunthorpe Scorpions. I will possibly be joined by Callum if he's risen from the undead at some point later this evening. And we'll cover the Poole Pirates versus Workington Comets. I'm also joined by Dylan, as always, and look, we're sorry, alright, we've had to bring him back. He is our bit for the community. Alan is here as well with Dylan. How are we doing, boys?
I'm all right. Did you mind that I pay my weekly wage for the helping the community?
No, we're doing our bit for this is your community service.
Oh well.
Worth a try, Al. Worth a try.
Al.
Look
Anyway,
at that.
Al, where's your uniform? You meant to be in a nice yellow high vis.
You borrowed it, remember?
With a note on the back saying, hello, my name's Alan and I'm on community service.
That's the one.
Shall we start off with your meeting, Palmer, to let your voice sort of ease up a little bit before Callum joins us?
So, go on then. So, myself and Callum will be bringing you through the Poole Pirates versus Workington Comets meetings. Not meeting, they're not meeting twice tonight. At least I don't believe so. It's a bit of a trek. It's a bit of a trek from Poole to Workington. So I'll just quickly go down the two teams. For the Pirates, Richard Lawson rides at number 1, Sam Hagan at 2, Ben Cook skippers aside at number 3, Zach Cook at 4, Tom Brennan 5, Tobias Thompson at 6, and Vincent Joseph Ford at number 7. For the Comets, Lewis Kerr guests at 1, Jason Edwards guests at 2, Antti Vulas is not a guest at number 3, Leon Flint guests at 4, Troy Batchelor is not a guest at 5, Sam McGirt kind of exists, and Paul Stark at number 7.
Two decent looking lineups there, actually, but you don't know what you're going to get from Workington, do you, with 3 guests in?
No, that Workington team looks like a box of chocolates at Christmas from me.
What, half of them missing?
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say a mix and match.
No, well, you don't know what's been eaten and what hasn't. My sister
You
can't
don't know
confirm.
what's good and you don't know what's bad.
Yeah, something like that. And the other meeting taking place tonight, we will have riders to watch, but they'll all be done together after this because we've done something a little bit different. For the Oxford Cheetahs, Sam Masters goes at number 1, Joe Thompson guests at number 2, it's rider replacement for Cameron Heaps at 3, Ashton Bowden rides at number 4, Scott Nichols at 5, Luke Killeen at 6, and Connor Coles guests at number 7, team manager Peter Schroek. For the Scunthorpe Scorpions, Michael Palm-Toft rides at number 1, Connor Mountain 2, Simon Lambert skippers the side at 3, Jake Allen at 4, Carl Howarth 5, Nathan Ablett at 6, and Luke Harrison at number 7. David Howe is the Scunny manager. Palmer, quick one. Thoughts on this, with you obviously being a Scunny fan?
I mean, there's no easy semi-final, is there? Unless we got Glasgow. But obviously for foreseen circumstances that can't happen this year. Big sad. But I'm hoping David Howe's thoughts of going to a track the second time this season and doing better the second time works around Oxford. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
And obviously Scunny coming to the back of this off a defeat on Friday, actually on the night at home as well. First defeat at home, I think, this season. So
Yes.
how do you bounce back from that?
It's a tough one. Like, the lads are either gonna dip their heads and be a bit crap, or they're gonna use that as motivation to do better tonight. I'm hoping it's the latter, just because obviously we made the playoffs last year and just come up short, so it would be a little bit sweeter just to get that one step further.
We'll have a look at the riders to watch. We'll start off with your meeting as well, Palmer. Callum's chose one. He's obviously not here at the moment, so you can sort of elaborate or make up why Troy Batchelor is the Workington rider to watch.
Yeah, so Troy Batchelor is Callum's man to watch from Workington. We don't really know why. Probably just because he exists. Whereas my man to watch for Poole, I've gone for Vincent Joseph Ford, because if you're not watching him round the outside, you're watching him getting sucked into the fence.
Fair enough. And for our meeting, Al, do you want to explain why your rider to watch is Ashton Bowden?
Yeah. So I picked Ashton just purely because I think he's had a really good season this year, and I think the form he's in will certainly give Oxford something to work with in the playoffs, and I'm sure he'll be definitely someone that can get in within that engine room that will be able to drive the Oxford team to victory over Scunthorpe tonight.
And for Scunny, I've gone for Connor Mountain. Did have a little bit of a lull when he was released from Bellevue earlier in the season, but he seems to have found it again a little bit now. And Oxford is a track in theory that Connor should go quite well at. So your number 2 can win or lose your meetings with your reserves, and I think Scunny have got a better number 2 than Oxford have tonight.
That is the best compliment I will ever have in my life.
All the compliment you'll have in life.
Should we have a quick look? Should we have a quick look at where these teams finished in the league table? I'm sure that's something Palmer can do on the old Tinterweb, starting with Oxford and Scunny and the form coming into this.
So let me just get my mobile cellular device.
Just something to kill 21 minutes.
I was just going to say, Dill, you missed a rider from the Oxford lineup. I know it makes probably not a lot of difference, but you missed a number 8.
I don't care. No, he's not going to get used, so we don't need to name Ashton Vale.
That's not Ashton Vale, it's Jody
Scott Mush.
That's the number 8?
As the number 8, it's Jody Scott.
Connor Coles is the number 7.
Fair enough. We ain't going to get used, is he?
Don't know why.
I know, but he deserves a mention. He's been named in the team. He deserves a mention. Just saying.
Alan.
He doesn't really.
Nah, he doesn't.
He's a bit crap. There's his mention. Oh, bloody hell, I've got the averages up, not the league table.
Oh, here we go.
Would you like me to get the league table up?
No.
I've got it.
What a boy. Apologies to headphone users.
You sure you've got it?
turn them down and you'll be fine.
It's just palming before the match has even started.
Alan, do us a favour. Save your voice for the commentary. In the nicest possible way. Shut up.
Connor Coles looks really depressed to be riding for Oxford.
Has he got his
I
head in?
would
No,
be-
he's got his Chris Holder suit on.
I'd be depressed as well if I was riding for Oxford. Whoa, did I say that out loud? Sorry, Oxford fans. I'm not.
To be fair, last
So-
time we saw Connor Coles ride at Oxford, he was potentially a match winner for him.
Was that That wasn't the National League meeting, was it? That we
Was that the
covered.
red car meeting? Could have been. It was one of them. He was at reserve.
Probably.
It was at reserve.
We've
Was it against
watched-
Glasgow? It might have been against Glasgow.
I think it was against Glasgow.
Could have been against
We've-
Glasgow.
We've watched a lot of meetings. Oh, good. Nice to see Henry Atkins in the pits there as well.
Yeah.
Nice to know he's still alive.
It was against Glasgow. Connor Coles scored 7, paid 9 from 7 rides.
Respect.
That
What a
really
boy.
hurt Alan to say that. Really hurt
No,
him.
actually, no respect to him. He did well that night. I can't even, as much as I would
could-
like to badmouth him, I can't.
Anyway,
Alan, it's all right, Al. We could hear the tears forming in your voice. It's all good. Anyway, so the road to the ALA playoffs. Oxford finished second in the regular league standings with 30 league points, and they collected 8 of the aggregate totals, which I believe is a clean sweep for aggregate points.
yep.
Of their 16 meetings. At home, they won 7 and lost 2, apparently. And their overall score was 748 to 654, if you're interested in that kind of stuff.
And how does
So
that
the
match up to Scunny, yeah?
And then for Scunthorpe, the Scorpions finished third in the regular league season, winning all 8 of their home league meetings. The only team in the league to do so. And they won twice on the road in the league. The Scorpions finished on 25 points. They won 5 of the 8 aggregate bonus points available to them and lost 3. And the overall total for the year was 752 points for the Scorpions versus 684 against.
Should we have a quick look at the statistics for Poole and Workington while we're at it?
Well, I've got the league table. I may as well.
What a boy.
Nathan Ablett looks really, really down and depressed. Does his sister want to go give him a cuddle? Right, so for Workington, they finished 4th in the regular league season.
Who did they beat to get that 4th place? Who did they
It's,
eliminate?
That would be the team in 5th place, known as the Glasgow Tigers.
The reigning champions as well, missing out on the playoffs.
Joke champions, if you ask me. So the Comets won 7 meetings at home this season, and they won 2 on the road. Their overall score was 709 to 731, and they ended up on 22 league points. They got 4 of the aggregate bonus points, and they lost 4. For the Pirates, over their 16 league meetings, they gained 34 league points. They gained 7 of the aggregate points available to them, with an average score of 790 to 650. And they have won 6 meetings on the road as well this season. I believe in the league, the only team they lost to away was Scunthorpe.
There's an interesting statistic in there. The only aggregate point that Poole didn't win was the one against Oxford, and the last time Poole and Oxford met at Wimborne Road, Oxford won. For the first time in 3 years, Poole were defeated at home. So Oxford almost have Poole's number if it were to be those 2 teams in the final.
Well, you could argue that, but it's one of them, and it's a finals on the line, and obviously all the teams will be fired up for this. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting evening of watching some motorcycles go round in oval-shaped directions, and then we're going to go to bed hating our lives.
Well, you are if Scunny lose by that much.
Oh, I already hate my life, Bush.
At least
just
me, Alan, and Callum can be neutral, but we'd all rather our own teams be in there as well.
It just still doesn't feel right with Scunthorpe have made the playoffs.
And especially Glasgow haven't.
Oh, that bit's just funny. If you are watching on BSN, we would like to send our sincerest apologies that you're not watching us, because if you're not watching us, you're listening to Jason Harold, and your eardrums must kill right now.
And Al, we'll have a quick. We did catch up with you about this the other night, but obviously Workington getting the final qualifying spot, Glasgow missing out, must sting going out at the league stage, I suppose, as reigning champions.
Yeah, it does sting a little bit. Just reminds me of the 2011-2012 seasons where we won the league in 2011 and then had a really bad season in 2012. It's kind of reminiscent. Yeah.
Who won the league in 2012, Mush?
I want to say Scunthorpe.
You would be correct.
Yeah. Because Scunthorpe. But yeah, it's a bit of a sting for us. But let's hope Workington can prove they deserve to be here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now let's be honest. Who predicted Workington would get the playoffs? I think we all had them outside the top four.
Yeah.
I think I had them towards the bottom of the league at the start of the season, to be honest. So, fair play to them.
Troy Batchelor and Craig Cook have really led the charge there, but even, riders like Antti Vulas and before we got injured Tate Shishki as well, really proved their worth.
And it's... Even though he's been a bit crap this year, Sam McKirk must have learned quite a lot from that top five.
I think Workington's reserves as a whole, when they had Selena and Sam together, were crap. They were getting 5-1'd everywhere. They were getting smashed by every reserve pairing in every heat too. Starkey coming in, thanks to Glasgow releasing him, really did seem to settle them a little bit, and Starkey seems to have found a little bit of his old mojo since going back there as well.
Yep.
I disagree with that.
Simon Lambert and Scott Nichols having a chin wag.
Simon looks freezing.
It is a nippy day. It started to feel a bit like Christmas.
I've already got the big thick coat already out for Friday.
Does Simon ever have a smile on his face?
Simon's a
Only
cheerful
when he
fella.
me.
He's a cheerful fella.
Yeah, he just doesn't really like Oxford, to be fair. I mean, who does? So yeah, big night needed from Simon tonight.
Yeah, you got a lead from the front, ain't you? And obviously we're keeping a little bit of a closer eye as well, because he's again a D&D Media sponsored rider for 2024.
Yes, he is. Maybe 2025, who knows?
We've got to sit down and have a discussion about this, haven't we? Callum will be joining us at some point to do the heat lineups and results from Poole, along with Palmer doing the commentary. Until Callum gets here, I'll be doing it, and I'll be doing it for Oxford and Scunny, and Alan will be doing the commentary. We're giving Alan responsibility tonight.
As Palmer likes to say, we'd like to apologise.
We'd like to apologise.
Bartosz Blair or Alan McNally. The people haven't got much choice.
It's like deciding whether you want to be shot in the head or slapped in the balls, isn't it?
Yeah, shot in the head sounds like a really good option, you know. I'd recommend it.
I'll be Bartosz Brun.
Oh, God. Dan Winchester's just messaged. He's tuned in. What a fella. What a boy.
Hello.
We've got 5
Hello,
viewers.
Mr. Winchester.
I refuse
Oh my
to
God.
believe it. We've peaked. We're there.
More viewers than I think you've had all season.
That's only when you're on that they go down. As Craigie Hurl says, don't have him. We can't even hear because
It's alright, I've just seen the coin toss result.
Have you got it on your screen?
Yeah, I've got the stream up, and I can tell you, Scunthorpe won the toss. Might be the only thing they win tonight.
What did they go for?
Gates 1 and 3 in heat number 1.
So Oxford off 2 and 4.
There you go, Mr. Palmer's side did a job there and won the gates.
If I speak, I will personally sack myself.
Why?
It's notorious. Oxford is very similar to Scunny. 2 and 4 are the better gates
To start with.
early on.
Yeah.
Why have we just given that to them? Oh my God, Si, I love you, but can you stop being a bit of a spastic?
I'd imagine
Please
the old.
and thanks.
I'd imagine the old palm tree wanted the inside of the 2 outside gates, maybe.
I don't know. Our playoff dreams are over before they've even started.
No, Palmer. Let's not get down in the dumps. You got 30 races yet. Plenty of time to get depressed.
I'm just preparing for when we're 15-3 down after 2 heats.
Ye of little Alan sounds like he's run up the stairs.
Remember, I've not got stairs.
Alan's not got stairs and he still sounds naked.
I went to get a drink, that was all.
Alan lives in a bungalow and his name for the transport is...
Well, I don't think Callum still can be far away because he just messaged in the chat.
He's on his way home now, Mush.
Wow, this track looks a bit wet. I reckon we could be in for a delayed start at Oxford.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
They're blading that top surface off.
Call it off now. Give Scunthorpe a chance.
Just leave it as it is. We like a wet track.
Can you do me a favour and refresh this stream, Palmer?
If Sam Masters can't ride a wet track, that's not our problem.
It's alright, Palmer. Get Grog Godfrey to bring down some dirt.
Stuff that's taken the rain underneath.
Oh!
We would like to apologise to BSN for any copyright infringement there. It was not intended. And now I need to refresh the stream again because BSN.
This is a really big night for BSN as well.
On the tractor at the moment.
Oh no!
If
That's a little bit better.
Right.
Oh, Palmer. This is going to be a long night.
You're telling me. And we haven't even got started yet.
Palmer, if you want to say the good old catchphrase for the chat.
If you are watching us live, please do say your comments in the chat. They will be read out at some point tonight. If you... we don't bite if you have cake. Rob Godfrey is there at Oxford watching what goes on at the track because he likes to scrap with track promoters over the track.
It is still marginally laggy, but it's definitely better than it was.
Well, they are trying to stream.
Could this be because we've got 3 people on our call with a 4th one incoming?
I don't think so. Is this the only thing you've got open on the old Tinterweb on your computer?
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's definitely not sort of impossible to watch, but it is a little bit of the old laggy.
Just hold on.
So,
there we go. Now it's a bit better.
I thought Palmer had swore there, that's why I got the chuckle there.
Oh god.
Oh, this track looks absolutely perfect. I don't know why they're mourning. I'd ride on this bloody track.
Typical Scunny fan, any kind of advantage.
Of course.
You've got to win somehow.
Whether that be sexual or not. ladies, hit me up. You can have my phone number for free.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is definitely lagging because this fella's lagging in the pits. Should we take a quick interval while we try and sort this out?
Yeah, go on then. So we're back. Hello. Ben Cook there, just throwing his arm in the air. What do you think he's doing? The YMCA?
The Ryan
Throwing his-
CA.
Yeah.
Throwing his arm in the air like he just don't care.
Yeah, that one. And the riders are on parade at Poole. There is track work going on at Oxford, so I'd imagine we're going to start off at Wimborne Road tonight.
Yes.
Means Mr. Palmer can be a little bit less depressed.
People were with us for the interval. We had 4 viewers still, and now we've come back on. We've gone down to 2. People just don't want to hear us.
I guess one of those viewers was Mr. Palmer before he closed everything.
Leon Flint's got his Glasgow
No,
suit
it
on,
won't.
which means he's going to be really crap.
Yep.
They are horrible, them Kevlars.
Leon,
Horrible.
just don't be terrible.
Jason Edwards has got his red car suit on, and Lewis Kerr's got his King's Lynn suit on.
It's all good because tonight is the last time, hopefully, we'll ever have to see them god awful Glasgow race suits.
But there could always be worse next year.
You might need to see them in the second leg.
Yeah, they'll probably have the same riders. He'll probably have his Brummies ones on for Saturday.
Yeah.
Just mix and match them up, why not?
That rider on the screen who's just going to start batch, him turning up or not turning up tonight could be key for Workington and how successful they're going to be.
And I believe, right, here's a little theory for you.
Oh, we do like a theory.
The fact he's done a practice start suggests he is half interested.
I mean, if you can't get yourself fired up for a playoff semi-final, what can you fire yourself up for?
A night in with the wife.
I was about to say a woman, but you've done well.
It may be freezing cold, but Brennan's mechanic Kyle still got shorts on. He's got an hoodie on with him, but he's still got shorts on. I think he's got... That's definitely a new helmet. So...
Big occasion, isn't it? Rising to the occasion with a new helmet and everything.
Yeah.
Question for you lads.
Answers already know.
Can you ask a silly question, Alan? Better
It's not a
than
silly.
anyone
It's
we
not a.
know.
Better
not
than
a-
anyone we know.
This is not a silly question. This is actually a. Well, I'm interested to know.
We'll be the
Is-
judge of whether it's a silly question or not.
Is Vinnie Ford a relation of Danny Ford then?
No.
No.
Vinnie
No.
Ford's name is spelt with two O's. Like Ford, like Ood, rather
okay.
than Ford.
Fair enough.
So,
And he still looks like a member of the LGBTQIA plus community.
oh, I don't know. Dan.
Oh, in the middle. Wow.
I was on about Alan anyway.
Poor Alan, poor Dan, poor me, poor Callum.
Poor viewers.
Yeah, poor 3 people who are watching us talk. They're getting ready for Heat 1 though, so... Oh, David Howe's having a chinwag at Oxford with Steve Brandon. Steve Brandon is so good at what he does.
He is.
I really hope this meeting had been called off. David Howe looks a bit down in the dumps and fed up. Track's not looking good. Somebody's commented on Speedway updates.
Let me just see if there's anything on Oxford's page. Probably not, because I know what Oxford are like. No, nothing.
No.
At least with them having a double header, BSN can just stick with Poole for the time being and then cross back over to Oxford as and when the track's ready. I think it's savable. I don't think it's too wet, like beyond saving. I think it may take a little bit of time to get sorted though.
I've already wrote a Michael Palmtoff 0 in Heat 1 of the programme.
He don't like a wet track, does he, the old palm tree?
No, he does not. So what does he do? Come and ride for Scunny, which has got more water in it than the bloody South Ocean before Heat 1.
Fair enough. Could be
I
worse.
mean-
You can drive for Glasgow that's never stopped raining.
I meant to say Pacific Ocean, I just couldn't think of the name at the time.
The specific.
Specific.
Yeah, that one.
Pacific.
Oh,
We're having a day tonight.
Well, one of us is.
I tell you what,
Is
Palmer, see that lovely can that's beside you? Just crack it open.
Yeah, get on a Stella or well, the way he's talking, you'd think he has been.
I'm just trying to be like my hero, Alan. I'm absolutely streaming,
I'm
boys.
absolutely steaming.
Yeah, you couldn't say the one before that.
Yeah, we had to make that PG friendly. A tip to anyone watching: Alan McNally is so much more funny when he's drunk. He's so much
Yes.
easier to like when he's had a few drinks.
Bit like me, really.
You're always drinking. You're going to be at the AA meeting soon. Hello, my name's Daniel and I'm an alcoholic.
The only AA meeting I'll be going to much is when I've had a car crash.
You need to pass your test for that. That was hard. So I sincerely apologise.
Oh no, you have a very valid point.
What theory test
there
number
is-
are we on?
If there is anybody out there that has the knowledge to pass a theory test and doesn't mind a bit of plastic surgery, so they can look as handsome as me, please get in touch and give us a theory test pass, please and thanks. I love you forever. I'll even buy you a KFC.
Alan drives. He's got a licence.
I'll do it.
Yeah, but Alan can no amount right of makeup or plastic surgery could make Alan look as beautiful as I am.
No,
I wasn't going to say beautiful, but okay.
So that's just what your mother likes to call me on a daily basis, Mush.
Is it not? There's somebody that used to do this centre green at Plymouth. What's his face? He's a driving instructor, is he not?
Joe Randell.
Yeah. Get in contact with him, Dan.
Mate, I would normally just ask my normal driving instructor,
Yeah, fair enough.
who does also happen to be a Speedway fan. So if you are for Scuddy watching this, hey, what are you doing here? You should be at Oxford unless you're like me and can't afford to go. Hit up Steve Purdsclub because he's an excellent driving instructor. Thank you very much.
And B, Palmer has a job to do, so he couldn't go anyway, even if he wanted to.
Oh, if he'd have wanted to, he'd have gone.
If I could afford to have gone, I would have done.
This track. I think they'll get this racy. I say that because Palmer, we saw this track when Birmingham were there at the start of the season, and they managed to race
Yes,
on
we
that,
did.
and it was worse than this. It will take some work. There's no doubt about that. Blade the top layer off and then turn over what's left, and you should be all right. Crowd looks a little bit sparse for a playoff semi-final, though.
The Oxford faithful don't want to be embarrassed.
This could be a little bit worrying though, but they're going to give it everything. Let's hope it goes on. Otherwise, Friday
Good with the first leg.
becomes the first leg, and next Wednesday becomes the second. They're just clawing off all the muck from the top. It don't look too bad underneath, to be honest.
If Rob Godfrey's listening to this and see what is been graded, if you could put it in a bucket, get it in your car and bring it back to Scunthorpe so the riders have dirt on their track, that would be lovely.
If anyone's in the comments, drop a comment, keep us ticking over. That fella looks like he's regretting putting shorts on.
Keep us entertained.
Rob Godfrey looks like he regrets going. And Robin Allen's just stood there being Robin Allen. If you know, you know.
Who's Robin Allen?
The fella in the orange high-vis with the beanie on.
Oh, the one that's sitting on his phone.
Yeah, standing.
With-
Oh, typical.
The beanie hat with his own name on.
Self-promotion, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he begs me every week, when are you buying one of my hoodies? I'm not mush.
Never. And
Okay, Colin, I'm going to turn work with Rob Godfrey saying, this is off, mate, I'll see you Friday.
this is absolutely two meetings
Evening?
where it's a clash of Kevlars. It's like a kick clash, isn't it, in football? Scunny and Oxford's look so alike, and Poole and Workington's look even more alike.
Well, boys,
Aye.
I'll mute up to let you crack on with Heat 1 here because it looks like they're getting pushed off.
Alright, Alan, we'll see you in a bit, mate.
How very exciting. Bye, Al.
It'd just be Alan's luck. We've got him here, and Oxford gets called off, and he doesn't have a job to do.
R.I.P. and pieces to Alan.
So the riders coming up to the start line for Heat 1 at Poole, with the Pirates off 1 and 3. The lineup for Heat 1, going off the inside gate in blue is Sam Hagan, gate 2 in yellow Jason Edwards, gate 3 in red Richard Lawson, and off the outside in white is Lewis Kerr.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So we're 2 and 4. Let me just bosh that down in my race program because I am a professional speedway fan and I have a program because that is the law.
So Lewis Kerr is wearing Kingsley and Kevis that are actually Nikolai Clint's in a guest appearance for oh dear. I mean,
Well,
Nikolai Clint will be happy. His sponsors are getting a hell of a lot more promotion.
We get to watch bikes round in circles. What more do we want in life?
It's a long off season, and it's
yeah.
Jason Edwards is ready. Parmat for the first of 15 heats at least tonight. Take it away, son.
So the start marshal what's away for heat number 1 at Poole. The tapes rise, away we go. It's a very good start, as you will probably expect at Poole for Richard Lawson, who's been chased all the way there by Lewis Kerr. Now Kerr looks to go around the outside, and Kerr just locks up, gets a little bit out of shape. That allows Richard Lawson to extend his lead. Jason Edwards there in the third place, almost racing his teammate there. Sam Hagan struggling towards the rear of the field in this one, but Richard Lawson, as you would expect, at Poole is leading this by example. He's had many maximums around here. Kerr's trying the outside, to be fair to him, but it's not quite working for him at the current point of time, and if anything, it's just allowing Richard Lawson to to extend his lead over Curry. I believe we've got 1 lap left to go, and barring any form of mechanical failure, you can't see anything else happening to this. And Poole Pirates and the Workington Comets are going to start on equal points, as that is a 3-3.
And Richard Lawson does like an outside gate in his first one here at Poole, but proving he can do it off 3 as well. Sam Hagan just paid the price for a bad start. I'd be interested to see whether he went for a dry patch or whether he went over the white line, because there was a hell of a lot of dust or chalk or something thrown up.
It's Poole, and it's always dusty.
The result of Heat 1 was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in white, Lewis Kerr, and third in yellow, Jason Edwards. Points divided, 3 apiece. Who will be the happier of the two teams from that? And Curry made a really good start. Yeah, Curry made a really good start. Richard Lawson had to be ruthless. No, just hits that dry patch to Sam, and that was pretty much it. I thought Lewis Kerr was going to get round the outside here, but Lawson was taking no prisoners, was he?
I thought Lewis was going in the fence, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah.
You'd probably expect Jason Edwards to have the beating of Sam Hagan, to be honest.
At this rate, I'd expect Sam McGirt to have the beating of Sam Hagan on recent form. But that's not even one for Heat 8.
Who's in it? No, Lewis.
No.
Sam Hagan's at number 6. Sam McGurk's at number 6, isn't it? Too many Sams.
Yeah.
There's a load of Cooks and a couple of Sams.
What more do you want?
Racing to start at Oxford, maybe?
It would be nice.
There's been no update. Parade starting around 7:45. Thunderstorm earlier in the afternoon has caused the track to look wet and rough. So they are planning to crack on at Oxford.
I mean, it's not hard, Oxford just don't have thunderstorms on race days.
But we are straight on to Heat 2 at Poole, with the line-up going off the inside gate. In white is the aforementioned Sam McGurk. Gate 2 in red, Tobias Thompson. Gate 3 in yellow, Paul Stark. And off the outside, making his return from injury, in blue, Vinnie Ford.
What lap does Vinnie Ford eject his motorcycle?
That was nearly going south very quickly.
Glad I managed to.
That was very well saved.
Right.
That was very well saved.
Thanks.
And I think it's fair to say that Glasgow releasing Starkey may have been one of the best things to happen to him this season. He seems to have found his mojo a little bit since going to Workington.
I think for Starkey, every rider will tell you that rides to Glasgow, they put a massive amount of pressure on you.
They expect to win,
s-
don't they? They expect to be there or thereabouts every meeting, every season.
Whereas like Workington, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, but like the fact they've stuck with like Sam McGurk all season shows that they don't put a lot of pressure on the riders.
And they have done
At least
very
not.
well to get to where they
At
are.
least not this season.
Yeah.
Well, 100%. It's good to see Workington back where they belong. But anyway, heat number 2 is go, and it's a very, very good start for Tobias Thompson. But it's Paul Stark that has the lead, and Vincent Ford there now in the second position, looking to come up the inside there of Starkey. Starkey just holds the right line going down the back straight, so Starkey has the lead. It's currently another 3-all. Heat advantage at the moment. Thompson, what the bloody hell is that man doing? Oh my Jesus. It's just nice to see that he's stayed on his motorcycle there. Paul Stark, though, showing us all why he's an ex-Poole Pirates rider, and he's riding this place really, really well. He could be a real key man here for the Workington Comets tonight based on this form. He's leading this by example, and Vinnie Ford, he's probably got hair in his eyes or something, but is getting nowhere near Starkey, as we've got 1 lap left to go then. We've got 1 lap left to go. I know I've already said it, I just thought I'd tell you it again, just so you know. Starkey has the lead, with Vinnie Ford there in second. Tobias Thompson is in third. And we talk about him before the race, and he goes and beats a sack of crap. Sam McGurk at the back.
And I think that, realistically, with all due respect to Sam McGurk, that was the best that Workington could have hoped for.
If Sam McGurk gets more than 3 rides tonight, I would be very, very surprised.
And that'll be a confidence boost in return for Vinnie Ford, a solid second place. Tobias Thompson just lifted off the start. And the result of Heat 2 is a win for the rider in yellow, Paul Stark. Second in blue, Vinnie Ford. And third in red, Tobias Thompson. Points again divided, 6 apiece. And we are at a stalemate after 2. Will we be the same at Oxford in a few minutes' time, Mr. Palmer?
No.
All the riders at Oxford are now going for a track walk. Apparently it's not looking good. This is all from updates, by the way. This is going to be off.
I mean, all the boys will want it on, but Simon trying to reason with Mr. Nichols there. Got to walk it away.
Scott's not going to want this on because they're essentially their home advantage has gone.
Tell Scotty to go repair and just ride it like he would have done back in the 80s.
As we get a replay of Heat 2 from Poole, it could be a very quiet night for me and Alan then at this rate.
Oxford haven't posted anything to suggest that the meeting's off.
Scott did not look interested, did he?
No, he didn't.
And the riders are at the tapes for Heat 3 at Poole, cracking on with it at Wimborne Road tonight. The line-up going off the inside gate in blue for the Pirates is Zach Cook, gate 2 in white for Workington is Antti Vulas, gate 3 in red Ben Cook, and off the outside in yellow Leon Flint.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
We will keep an eye over what's going on at Oxford, but looking at that track and Scotty Nichols' body language, obviously Oxford aren't going to want to race it, their home track advantage is gone.
Yes, it's not ideal situations at Oxford, but it just makes it even more of a level playing field. I do believe.
And then Friday will then become the first leg, won't it? And if Oxford does get called off, and then I presume they'll run next Wednesday.
75-0 walk over to Scunny going here first. Anyway, Heat 3 at Poole is away and we go. It's a very good start as you would expect for Ben Cook, but Leon Flint looks to come up the outside of Zach Cook there, so it is the Pirates quickly on a 4-2. Ben Cook leading like the captain. He has been chased all the way now by Leon Flint. This is probably Leon Flint's race of the season, to be fair. Anthony Vulas nowhere to be seen towards the rear of the field. Zach Cook putting Leon Flint under some pressure now in third place, but I think Flint has just got enough in the tank to keep Zach at bay, especially for this lap, although Zach looks to blast around the outside here of Leon. It's not quite worked. Leon goes wide now. What can Zach do up the inside? Ben Cook's away and gone. He can go get a hot dog, and he'd already got this race run. Zach Cook looking to come up the inside. There's too many Cooks here. If we could just eliminate it to one, that would be great. Thanks. Zach Cook was a little bit out of shape there on the bend 4 of the third lap. We're on the last lap now. And Zach's getting ever so closer now to Leon. Leon's just got to ride very, very smart here to eliminate the challenge from Zach Cook. But Ben Cook celebrates with a wheelie. Leon Flint second. Zach Cook third.
That was a difficult... The track looks a bit difficult to pass on at the moment, and Zach paid the price for a slow start. Did look quicker than Leon, but it's always difficult to pass early on in a meeting, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah.
And the result of Heat 3 from Poole, it was a win for the rider in red, Ben Cook, second in yellow, Leon Flint, and third in blue, Zach Cook. First blood goes to the Pirates with a 4-2, making the progressive scores 10 points to 8 after 3.
That it is, yeah. Ben Cook just made a really, really good start, and that was all she wrote.
Keeping an eye on this Oxford thing.
Yeah, I'll just go have a look at the updates myself.
Nothing on there yet, much. I'll be surprised if it's on, but at least I suppose with 2 meetings tonight, they've got the opportunity to sort of take a little bit of time, because they can always catch up. You know, this one's going at a fair old rate of knots.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it would be lovely if Oxford would run it tonight, even if they only got 10 heats just to call a result. But yeah, it's not looking promising.
No, the track does look a bit difficult. But then, again, we have seen them run in worse conditions than this, but it wasn't a playoff semi-final.
No, it won't.
And obviously no club's going to want to lose their home advantage for their home leg.
Home advantage, what's that?
Well, with a track like Scunny, it's really easy for everyone to ride well. People like going there to race, maybe not to visit the fence, as Mr. Fanpower likes to tell us, but they definitely like to go and race there. It's a good racers track. We're on to heat number 4 at Poole.
Cracking on with this, fair play to him.
The lineup for heat 4, going off the inside gate in blue. Second, first time out, Vinnie Ford. Gate 2 in yellow. Winner of heat 2, Paul Stark. Gate 3 in red, Tom Brennan. And off the outside in white is Troy Batchelor.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Oh.
Let's hope that everything is done to get it on. I think it'll be the 7 Scunny riders saying let's crack on with it, and the 6 Oxford riders saying nah, we don't want to.
The 7 Scunthorpe riders plus Rob Godfrey.
Yeah, that, and there is that, you know, the chairman obviously has a little bit of sway, maybe not as much as you'd expect, but he will have a bit of a sway.
Oh, 100%. Heat 4 at Poole, that was a big nibble lap from the riders in red and white there, and they are the 2 out in front. I am very surprised that this race has been allowed to continue, but Tom Brennan, he's miles ahead, and Batch in second, and who's that in yellow? Is that Stark is about to round Batchelor here. Oh, what a ride here from Paul Stark. The rider in blue, Vinnie Ford, is a little bit towards the rear of the field, but Tom Brennan, they've not even finished the first lap, and he could go check out, get himself a hamburger, and he'd already got this race in the bag. Stark having a really good second ride here, and even though Vincent's quite towards the rear of the field here, Troy's really looking after Starkey as we're going to the last lap now at Poole. And yeah, Tom Brennan, he's away, he's gone. I'd really, really like to see that start again. But that is a big free.
And I think Workington will be the happier of the 2 teams there, because Vinnie Ford looked solid enough in his first ride. It's always difficult for the number 5s coming out for their first one. I never saw the start, I'll be honest. So let's see if who's the ref? Matthew Edward Weir.
I can't remember. Alan did tell us, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
The result of Heat 4 was a win for the rider in red, Tom Brennan. Second in yellow, Paul Stark. And third in white, Troy Batchelor. 3 apiece makes it 13-11 after 4. Just have a quick look at that start again. Callum is here, so Callum will be taking over from me to do this after this this little bit of an interval, and we've gone back to Oxford. Steve Brandon's talking. What's the odds that this meeting's been postponed at Oxford, restage next Wednesday night?
Oh, lovely.
So Oxford's off for tonight. So me and Alan may as well pack up and go home. And this will be a good opportunity for us to bring Callum in.
Hiya.
Callum's alive.
Hello.
How are we doing? We alright, boys?
Yeah, not too bad. What about you, my old friend?
I'm doing very, very well, thank you. I've just done some rugby coaching. I've missed the first two heats, but got here just in time to watch the start of Heat 3, which is good. Obviously, it's been some gate and go racing, but up to now. But Poole does tend to open up as the meeting goes on, so we might see a bit more excitement as it unfolds.
And have you had a chance to see the track at Oxford yet?
I haven't, no. So I literally came upstairs, been eating my salad bar from Morrison's, and I've not seen anything from Oxford. I've only watched what's happening at Poole. I'm now
There's
seeing
Oxford.
what's like at Oxford, and that does not look very good.
Yeah, that could have been raced.
No, it could. It's rideable, I suppose.
Yeah, but again, Oxford are going to want their home advantage, aren't they?
Yeah, to me as well. I think, no disrespect to Scunthorpe, but I do. Oxford are one of the stronger. Like Oxford and Poole this season have been two of the strongest teams. So if like Oxford were to lose their semi-final because of like the track being how it is, it'll be like very disheartening for them because they've been solid for the most part of the year.
Palmer, looks like another pop-up watch-along on Wednesday then, doesn't it? For me and Alan to do, and you can hide behind your fingers.
I've already started the tears.
And Scunny boys will obviously be a bit disappointed. They'd have fancied that.
Of course you would. Oxford riders just need to grow a pair.
We'll try again next Wednesday. We will have some kind of watch-along to that.
I blame Scott Nichols.
It's all his fault. It's all his fault because some fan robbed his elbow pads.
Yeah, he's put a tweet out about that. So it's a quiet night for Mr. Allen. Al, what are your thoughts on that track while we've got you here, before you can just sit back and enjoy watching the meeting?
Well, just as well I printed off a programme for the Poole meeting.
Yeah,
Are you telling me you're not filling in two at the one time? Well, at least I've got one to fill in now. But yeah, that track didn't look the best. But I don't know. I think they could have got that match on with a little bit more work to the track. They'd given that another, 15, 20 minutes. I think they could have got that match on.
Yeah, possibly. So me and you will be back next Wednesday, Al.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Don't double book yourself out.
Yeah,
I'll not
don't
double book myself.
So yeah, don't do that for crying out loud.
Let's hope it could. Let's actually hope it happens next Wednesday.
Yeah, probably snow next Wednesday.
I think they should just give Scunny a 75-0 walkover.
Palmer, get Rod Godfrey to have a word with the track curator. I'm sure he can get that match on.
I think a 75-0 walkover is more than fair.
And with that being said, that'll be it from Alan for tonight and me.
Bye!
Pretty much. We'll be back next Wednesday, me and Alan, but we've still got this one with Palmer and Callum. And then we've got Saturday with me and Palmer. What a boy.
How very excited.
Saturday should be good. Workington's such a good racetrack.
It is nice, isn't it?
Very, very nice.
I've been twice this season, one with Mr. Palmer and the other one to watch Berwick's last meet of the season, and it's I'm really impressed with everything that they've done over there. And it does hurt me to say that because I'm a Redcar fan and they're technically our local rivals.
And they just need to whack in some floodlights now, and then that'd be a brilliant addition to the top league in the future, maybe.
Never say never.
I've just seen a comment in our group chat that we're in. Ryan Anderson commented saying he's seen Armadale in worse states in the Oxford track tonight, and they've had the meeting go ahead. And I've had
Exactly.
I've had another Edinburgh fan turn around and call out Oxford, saying that the Glasgow Mark II doing everything they can to get the second leg instead of the first.
To be fair, the weather did look a little bit iffy today for Oxford. I was quite
So if
surprised.
whoever gods are listening, if we could have a thunderstorm on Friday at about 7 o'clock, that'd be great. Thanks.
Like that one that we went down to last year.
Yeah, just like that one.
That was a good one, that. But at least for anyone listening that doesn't like hearing from Alan, they've got another week to prepare.
And the crowd go mild.
These lot look like they're on day release.
Probably are.
Yay!
I'll mute up now and let you
Well,
two fine chaps take over.
whether that's from the retirement or more prison is another matter.
Oh, what what was the crack in Heat 1 and 2, just so I can fill my programme up to now? I'm guessing it was 2-3 alls.
Yes, it was. So Heat 1 was 3-0-2-1.
3-0-2-1.
And then 2-0-3.
Oh, Paul Stark's showing up tonight.
So
Heat 5, the riders are coming to the tapes now. In Gate 1, in the yellow helmet, is Jason Edwards. Gate 2, in the red helmet colour, is Ben Cook, hoping to build on his win in Heat 3. In white, in Gate 3, is Lewis Kerr. And in blue helmet off Gate 4 is Zach Cook. I think it's quite intriguing that Workington have gone for guests 1 and 2 tonight.
it's a weird one, but if them guys feel as so that they can produce the goods, then fair play to them.
Yeah. I think Jason Edwards has been here a couple of times this season, and he hasn't done too badly. With Anti-Viewerlass, he's a strong home rider, but he's not been the best away. I'm intrigued to. I would have been inclined to have gone Viewerlass at 2 and Edwards at 3, but that's just me.
It's Workington people, innit? So, Heat 5 then, and the tapes right away. We got a very good start from the inside from Jason Edwards, but Ben Cook on his 700cc machine just rockets himself to the front. Zach Cook joins him now on the outside of Jason Edwards to join his brother to go on a 5-1, although Cook looks massively out. Zach, that is not Ben. Ben's clearly sat there in second place protecting his brother. Jason Edwards putting in a bit of a challenge there, but Lewis Kerr nowhere to be seen towards the back. He's probably stopped off at the chip shop or something. Cook brothers leading this one first and second, as you probably expect. Jason Edwards is not giving up, but it's very hard to see where he'd gain any form of advantage. Zach Cook out of foot looks really, really classy. A bit like he has been doing for Birmingham since he rejoined the club. Ben Cook there, he's not under any trouble there in the second position, to be fair. So it's a big 5-1 to the Poole Pirates and the first one of their evening.
Yeah, that was a really impressive gate from the Poole pairing. Obviously, Ben Cook looking out for his younger brother, and once they were gone, it was just a nice, easy ride. Jason Edwards obviously kept them honest, but with the speed and how quick they gated, I think it was always going to be an uphill battle for him there.
But yeah, and some wheelies there from the Cook boys.
Do you reckon we'll be seeing Ben Cook in the Championship next season, Dan?
No.
To be honest with you, with how much he stepped up this year and his impressive performances in Poland, it would massively surprise me if we were to see him there. Anyway, the results for Heat 5 was a win for the rider in blue, Zach Cook. Following him home was his brother and rider in red, Ben Cook. Third in yellow was Jason Edwards. And fourth in white was Lewis Kerr. So it was a 5-1 to Poole in that heat, and the progressive scores are now 18-12. And they've opened the gap up a little bit.
And just a reminder to anyone watching, you can't use tacticals in the playoffs.
Just got to interject for a moment. There's just been a statement released on Birmingham Speedway announcing the passing of Peter Mason, a fella that obviously kept the Brummies going for a while, father of David Mason, who raced for a few years. So a little bit of sad news today.
Rest in peace, Peter.
R.I.P.
It's always sad to hear someone from the Speedway family go, especially someone who's obviously been a massive follower and who's absolutely loved the sport and did everything they could to keep teams running, especially when you see some clubs losing teams today. And obviously, hopefully, Birmingham can succeed in his honour for 2025. Yeah,
Heat 6.
so
This is the big race me and Dylan was on about. It's a battle of the crap ones. It's Sam McGurk versus Sam Hagen. Here we go.
and in gate 1 in red is going to be Richard Lawson. Gate 2 in white is Troy Batchelor, who just wants it to get on. Gate 3 in blue is Sam Hagen, who I don't know how he did, but he finished last in Heat 1. And in yellow, in Gate 4, is Sam McGurk. Battle of the Sams, I would say, rather than battle of the not-so-good riders.
Start Basher then walks away for heat number 6, and away we go. It's a very good start, as we would expect from Richard Lawson, with Sam Hagen now looking to come round the outside to join him on a 5-1. Sam McGurk towards the rear. Sam McGurk towards the rear of the field. Batch is there in second, but Sam Hagen's putting in one hell of a challenge on Batch, to be fair. Batch really being ruthless on Sam Hagen here. This is Batch being the Batch of old, I do believe, but to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Richard Lawson's half a mile out in front. He can go get himself a hot dog and a cheeseburger, and he's virtually got this one in the bag. Batch still there in second place. This one's all but settled now, to be fair, and the Pirates going to extend their lead, barring any form of mechanical failures, but we've got one lap left to go. It's not very often we see Richard Lawson have an engine failure. Sam McGurk at the back is virtually given up with life. But yeah, Lawson's still there, out in front. Batch claiming second place, with Hagen winning the Battle of the Samuels.
Yeah, once again, an absolute fantastic gate from Poole's dibbed Rocket Man, and Batchelor, as good as he is never going to catch someone of Lawson's calibre from there.
Not around this place.
Not at all. So, for Heat 6, it was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second was the rider in white, Troy Batchelor. Third in blue was Sam Hagen, and Sam McGurk in yellow brought the rear of the field. So it was now 4-2 to the Poole Pirates in that race, and the progressive scores now 22-14. And Poole are starting to open the gap up a little bit more, which can only be beneficial for the second leg.
And I think, to be fair, as much as we had a little bit of hope for work, well, maybe not you, Carl, I've been a Red Car supporter. I think, yeah, we had a little bit of hope for the Comets, but I think we all pretty much knew deep down this is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Workington have been there twice already this season, and they haven't. I think the Workington riders as a whole have improved as the season's gone on. However, to be fair, they couldn't do any worse than their first time out. So they are slowly narrowing the gap, but the gaps are just absolutely massive, and they don't really have a team that are quite suited to Wimborne Road, unfortunately.
Mm.
And I mean, barring Poole Pirates, other than the last two meetings, have been fantastic at home all season. Right, the riders are now coming to tapes for Heat 7 of the Poole against Workington first leg. In Gate 1, in the white helmet colour, is Antti Vuolas. In red, in Gate 2, is Tom Brennan, hoping to build on his win in Heat 4. Yellow off Gate 3 is one of Workington's 3 guests tonight, Leon Flint, and off the outside in blue is Tobias Thompson.
Workington now sponsored by Premier Inn with all these guests.
No, they went straight to
No.
Brandon, didn't they, to cover Oxford getting called off.
Yeah. So the riders then coming into starting order for heat number 7. And the riders look at the magnets. Away we go. That was a very good even start there, but it's Tom Brennan, as we expect, that shoots himself straight to the lead with that could have been nasty there. Leon Flint just locking up in second position. Antti Vuolas looking to score his first point of the afternoon with the rider in blue there. Tobias Thompson struggling towards the rear of the field, although Thompson's gaining an advantage now on Vuolas. Vuolas just needs to ride defensively. However, the first two, Tom Brennan and Leon Flint, they've checked out. They're virtually away and gone. Them two can go get hot dogs and chips and burgers and a cup of tea. And they've got first and second virtually in the bag, barring any form of mechanical failure. And Thompson certainly hasn't given up on Antti Vuolas yet, and one mistake from Vuolas, Thompson will be there, and Thompson's got one lap left to challenge Vuolas. Now, what can Thompson do? Vuolas goes to the inside-ish, and Thompson moves out, but Thompson now moves back to the inside to try and challenge Vuolas, and it's not going to be that. Tom Brennan's already won this race. Leon Flint second, Antti Vuolas scores his first point of the afternoon.
Yeah,
And
Tobias
BSN
Thompson.
don't know what to do.
Yeah, Tobias Thompson, he just made a really poor gate there. He did build up a lot of speed, but after that, Antti Vuolas, but because of the poor gate, Vuolas was just too far ahead, and he didn't have an answer to get around him. So the scores of Heat 7, it's a win for the rider in red, Tom Brennan. Second was the rider in yellow, Leon Flint. And third in right was Antti Vuolas, with Tobias Thompson finishing at the back. The score in that race was 3-3, with the progressive scores now 25-17. I think Tom Brennan's going to be another rider as well who will probably be saying goodbye to the championship after this year.
I expect him to be one as well, to be honest. I can't lie. I think the championship could look a bit different next year.
Yeah, I think for me, like this, he's showing progression year on year, and the fact he's now starting to get regular rides in Sweden and Poland, I think it's now a good opportunity for him to step back from the championship and try and build on a pretty successful year this year and see where it takes him. I do think that's been something that's bugged me for a lot of years, where a lot of the riders have kind of just felt comfortable in the championship when they've not done anything to try and build on their careers. But when you've got a rider like Tom Brennan stepping up the way he has, the fact we're starting to get riders like Tom Brennan stepping up the way they have, hopefully that's a sign that more young kids will do the same, and it'll only be beneficial to British Speedway.
Yeah, man. Hello, we're back. Uh, I love Facebook. Oxford are an absolute joke of a club. That's every post I've got at the minute. And if you saw the Red Car Oxford BSN meeting from earlier in the year, and you're at Scunthorpe on Friday, you will be hearing similar chants.
I don't know what you're on about. I was a very innocent person that day.
I'd say it's borderline, that track, to be honest.
I
It
think.
does look deep from this angle.
Yeah, I think I can. To be fair, I think Scott Nichols kind of hit the nail on the head. Obviously, I think when you look and see that meetings have been called off with what's happened, I think if you're a travelling fan, you're naturally going to be annoyed. And obviously, if you're a Speedway fan that had planned to watch Speedway tonight, they would be annoyed that obviously they've actually got people in the stadium and they've called a meeting off. But at the same time, like they want to build a track and they want to create something that is enjoyable for fans, because obviously you see a lot of moaners on Facebook about when racing's get and go, and it's boring to watch, and like they want to obviously make the racing entertaining there, and obviously you can understand why they called it off from that point of view, so that they can make it more of like a raceable and enjoyable one. And I think as well he was obviously talking about Scunthorpe, knowing that it was a bit of a level of the track being how it was, and like I think obviously he obviously I think he actually openly admitted in his interview there that he would, if he was an away rider and had the similar situation, he would be pushing it to go on. And obviously, you try when you're an away team, you want to try and do everything for the racing to happen to give your team the benefit. But if the track isn't up to scratch, then you don't want to be putting any racing on that fans are gonna slate on social media.
Moaners on Facebook, I don't know what you're talking about. Speedway doesn't have that.
No, we have lovely
And the
fans.
thing, the thing is, though, this isn't the first time Oxford have done this, and this isn't just to Scunny as well. They did it to about 3 or 4 different teams last year.
What on earth is going?
Oh Jesus, we're on heat 8 already. We're on heat 8 already at Poole. We won't go through the lineups because they've already started racing, but it's a very good start for Paul Stark on the inside, who currently has the lead, although he's just about to be passed by Samuel Hagen. And Stark is now going to challenge Sam Hagen now for the lead. The rider in blue looks to cross. Vinnie Ford nearly puts Jason Edwards in the fence. There's no surprise there, but so yeah, it's currently the Pirates on a 4-2. Sam Hagen started to show a little bit of form that he showed earlier in the season with the rider in yellow there, Paul Stark, in second place. Jason Edwards is chasing Vinnie Ford. There's not a lot between them two. One mistake from Vinnie Ford is used to making them. Jason will be through, but with one lap left to go, then I think Vinnie's not bothered on what Jason does. He's more bothered on catching Paul Stark, who's been riding very, very well this evening. But Sam Hagen, he's got this one in the bag.
Yeah, that was our first enjoyable race at Poole today. A brilliant gate there by Paul Stark. Sam Hagen just made an absolute fly on the outside and completely cut across him. And obviously very hard but fair racing there by Vinnie Ford, being able to aggressively get himself ahead of Jason Edwards. And the scores on the doors there is a win for the rider in red, Sam Hagen. Second, the rider in yellow, Paul Stark. And third, the rider in blue, Vinnie Ford, making it another 4-2 to Poole. And the deficit increasing further to 10 points, with the scores now 29-19.
Yeah, it's yeah. And to be fair, that wasn't all from the start either, because Starkey made a beautiful gate.
He did, and to be fair, I don't think you can knock his efforts, because he did everything to try and stop Hagen from coming through. But I think Hagen just made an unreal gate, and all that speed that he built up on that outside, he was just completely off, and Stark just couldn't get round quick enough.
Pretty much. And then obviously we had Vinnie Ford almost putting Jason Edwards in the fence.
Sometimes, obviously, some fans will whinge about it, but sometimes you need entertaining riders like that who put you on the edge of your seat and excite the races a bit more. And it's obviously going to be something to talk about as well, isn't it? Like whether or not you felt Vinnie Ford was too harsh on Jason Edwards there or not. But it was a really good. I thought it was a really good move, and Jason Edwards obviously had no answer to it. And they're quickly moving on at Poole now. We've got the rider tapes for Heat 9 already. So in white off gate 1 is Troy Batchelor. Second in blue is Zach Cook, hoping to build on his win from Heat 5. In yellow, in gate 3, is Sam McGurk, hoping to score a point. And in the outside, in red, is Ben Cook, who has been unbeaten up to now.
Yeah, that's very, very true, Bosh.
Are you sure about that? Oh, wait a minute. You're I know I'm talking to myself. Dylan was making comments in the background, which you're not going to hear.
So here we go. Start Marshall Watts away for heat number 9. Away we go. It's a fairly even start between the Cooks and Batch. Sam McGurk's already 5 miles towards the rear of the field, but it's Batch that goes up the inside there. But Ben Cook has the lead. Being chased all the way by Troy Batchelor. Zach Cook's looking to come up the inside there with Batch. It's not quite worked out just yet. The battle for second is it's the only battle of the race, to be fair, because Ben Cook's checked out. He's already gone and got himself an hot dog. And and Sam McGurk, he's given up with life, to be fair play. At least he's honest with himself. But Batch doing a good job in second position. Zach Cook's trying to get past him third, but there's no match for Batch. If someone like Ben Cook could have an engine failure, so Sam McGurk gets 1 point, I'm sure we'd be very happy with that, and he'll probably offer a fiver, but it's not going to happen. Zach Cook almost kills himself, but fair play to him for staying on.
Yeah, I think that outside line is starting to be used to full effect now, with the kind of a similar story where Batchelor made a good gate off gate 1, but Ben Cook having that speed on the outside absolutely flew past him with no answer. I think 2 and 3 are now the tricky gates to get around, because 1 and 4, the riders there seem to be firing now. Anyway, the results for Heat 9 was a win in red for Ben Cook. Second in white was Troy Batchelor, and third in blue was Zach Cook, making it yet another 4-2 to Poole, and the score's now 33 to Poole and 21 to Workington.
That it is, yeah. And Batch made a really, really nice gate there, but Ben Cook on his 900cc bike just went round the outside. And then Alan's mum started writing.
What?
And away she wrote.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But the she is Alan's mum, because we all love a bit of Ray.
Fair enough. I can't say I can't say I can comment.
Oh, you may as well. Me and Dill do, so just join in. If anybody does report us to YouTube, it's character building rather than bullying.
Is Mr. McNally still with us this evening?
Probably. He gets to watch a meeting for free.
He's not responded. I'm guessing he's gone. Right, the riders are coming to tapes for Heat. Ah, hi Alan. Anyway, the riders are coming to tapes now for Heat 10. So, in gate 1 in yellow is Leon Flint. Gate 2 in red is Sam Hagen, fresh off his win in Heat 8. In white, in Gate 3, is Antti Vuolas. And the rider in red is Richard Lawson on the outside, who is going to try and build on his unbeaten start to the meeting. And he's on possibly now the more favourable gate of the night.
It's hard to see past Richard Lawson winning this one, isn't it?
Yeah, he's obviously dubbed as the Rocket Man for a reason with his entertaining high-speed style at Wimborne Road. He's a fan favourite, and obviously the Poole promotional have signed him for next year for a reason.
I thought it was because he looked like Elton John and plays the piano well.
I can't say I've ever seen a young Elton John. I don't know if he's had the nice lush locks that Richard Lawson currently has.
We've never seen Elton John and Richard Lawson in the same room. Heat number 10 and away we go. It's a very good start there from the Antti Vuolas and Leon Flint. So the Comets gate there on the 5-1. Bit of a shock, but here comes Richard Lawson. Is round one of them. Is round Vuolas now. What could he do against Leon Flint? Flint goes wide, so this looks like Lawson to come up the inside there, and it's not quite worked out, but it's almost definitely going to work out on the back straight. Sam Hagen, I don't know if he's come off there, but he looked like he was about to say hello to the air fence. And in other news, Richard Lawson's out front. So that was an entertaining 2 laps. Let's have the boring 2 laps now. But yeah, Richard Lawson there out front. This looks pretty settled now. I can't really see Sam Hagen making up any ground on Antti Vuolas there in the third place. We've got 1 lap left to go. But Richard Lawson looking like the number 1 that he is around Poole, and why Poole have re-signed him for 2025. And yeah, here he comes to take a win. Just like that, he's won.
Yeah, that was, again, it was another one where it was a really good gate from gate 1 with Leon Flint. And I mean, even Vuolas joined the party from gate 3, but Lawson obviously took that outside line early on to sneak into second, and he obviously rode the Wimborne Road circuit to his advantage and got the win there for Leon Flint. Feels sorry for Sam Hagen, who was definitely the faster of the 2 riders at the back, but I think he just overcooked it and put in too much effort and nearly, as you say, said hello to the fence. So for that race, it was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second was the rider in yellow, Leon Flint. And third in white was Antti Vuolas with Sam Hagen at the back. The score for that heat was a 3-all, so the progressive totals is now 36 to Poole and 24 to Workington.
Yeah, it is, and that was probably the most entertaining race we've had all night.
Even though he's 37, he's not slowed himself down, has he? Richard Lawson is very entertaining.
100%. There probably isn't any better rider around Wimborne. Well, maybe Ben Cook, I guess, but yeah, Richard Lawson's just class around this circuit.
I think through life, speedway teams do have their loved ones, and I think the Poole fans have definitely taken to Richard Lawson. So the riders are... What were you going to say there? Sorry, Dan?
I was just agreeing with you, Mush.
Oh, thanks. Anyway, the riders are at tapes now for Heat 11. So in Gate 1 is Tom Brennan in the red helmet colour. In the white helmet colour off Gate 2 is Louis Kerr. In Gate 3 in blue is Tobias Thompson. And on the outside in yellow is Jason Edwards. Let's see if the opposition team can do something on the outside line that the Poole riders have been able to do for the last few races.
It would be good to see the Comets club themselves back into this, just purely on a neutral perspective, which would make Saturday's meeting that little bit more interesting.
It would definitely make it more interesting, and I think you'll get a really good meeting at the GH Tyres Arena, or whatever it's called, GT Tyres Arena.
it's an arena about tyres. Anyway, Heat 11 is away and gone. It's a very good start there for Tom Brennan in the red helmet colour. He goes really, really wide. He's almost on his way to Swindon. In fact, he really is on the way to Swindon. He's about 700 miles in front. Jason Edwards and Lewis Kerr settled there in second and third already. And I don't really know what Tobias Thompson's doing at the back. He's hitting all sorts of shapes. Does someone want to tell him it's a speedway track and not a dance floor? As we come into the next lap. Tom Brennan's out there. He's checked out. He's away. He's gone. Jason Edwards looks quite stylish and settled in second place there, and Lewis Kerr's just helping him out a little bit and egging him on as best as he can. But yeah, there's no stopping Tom Brennan tonight, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Tom and Richard and Ben Cook get 43 plus between the three of them as they come round the final bend. Well, Tom does. He's won this one. And the Workington pair come second and third.
Yeah, you definitely weren't stopping Tom Brennan with that gate. He absolutely flew out the traps. And Edwards and Kerr just had no answer. They just decided to just let him go and just try and preserve the draw to stop the what's the phrase Plymouth like to use damage limitations, I think it is.
That's the one.
To basically just hold off Tobias Thompson at the back and not let the scoreline go any further. So
Pretty
for
much
that race, it was a
understood
win
that.
for the rider in red, Tom Brennan. Second, the rider in yellow, Jason Edwards. And third, the rider in white, Louis Kerr, for a 3-all, with the progressive total now 39 to Poole and 27 to Workington.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Thanks.
And now we've got a tractor race, which might be the best race you see at Poole all year.
And while we've got an interval, I've done it with you, I've done it with Alan. Let's get Callum's thoughts on this season for Redcar. To kill a few minutes.
It was definitely a season of two halves, really. We built a solid team, but it was just obviously just a gamble from the beginning with Thomas Jorgensen with the injury sustained in Edinburgh. Sadly, the gamble didn't pay off at all, and we got Jonas Knudsen in, who, to be fair, when you look at what was available, he probably was the best option at the time, but racing-wise, because we were lacking that third heat leader, we were just very, very poor. And I think once we dropped him and Dan Gilks came to the party, we did step up and we did improve as the season went on. But I think just the start to the season, I think we just caused our season to end up the way it did. I think it was too late to make the changes that we did, but there were changes that needed to be done, and it did help us a bit, but it's one of them things. I think we can definitely use it to build on to next year, and hopefully we'll have a playoff push next time around.
And we will be having a little in-depth chinwag with you at some point about Redcar for 2025, but last week you obviously, took Oxford to a draw after they sort of took the bonus point and everything that they needed. Whatever it was for that meeting, you came back into it. There were positive signs. It just came a little bit too late.
To be fair, obviously, the record will always say that it was a Redcar Oxford draw. I'll take it as a Redcar loss, because it was basically Oxford turned up with 3 riders in Sam Masters, Scott Nichols, and Ashton Bowden. That damaged us, and basically Oxford got to their target of getting the 90 points, and they just shoveled rubbish at us just to make the Redcar fans feel a little bit happier. They'd done their job. They didn't need they could just preserve their riders. So I mean, at the end, they obviously did a stupid decision, made stupid changes that were against the rule, that were breaking the rules, for us to get a gimme heat advantage there, and then in Heat 15, they chucked in the guest who scored 1 point all night and a rider with a broken bike for us to get a 5-1 in a draw. So for me, obviously, it did end up being a draw, but I think Oxford just let us have the draw so that the Redcar fans could still be a bit happy.
How generous of Oxford, eh?
Yeah, that is genuinely just how I see it. I think there's nothing for the Redcar fans to be happy about on Friday, in my opinion. We had the opportunity to take advantage of Oxford's injuries, and we just didn't. Charles didn't turn up until the second half of the meeting. Well, I say second half of the meeting. He didn't turn up until Heat 13, but the meeting was over by then. So what was the point in him turning up in the first place?
You got a good point. These look like they're on an interval, but we might as well find something to talk about to fill a little bit of time. Cal, me, you, Alan are all neutrals. We ain't got a team in these playoffs. Who would your ideal final be, and who do you expect to be in the final if it's not the same teams?
Ideal final would be Poole against Scunny. However, I'm expecting it to be Poole against Oxford.
Oh, Palmer's not gonna like you.
To be fair, I think deep down he knows that's what he's expecting as well, even though he will never ever admit it.
We've got a watch along to do on Saturday. Don't get Palmer swinging from his curtain rail yet.
No, look, it would be really cool to make that next step to the final, but being realistic, unless we get a 20-25 point win on Friday, our dreams of a final are virtually over.
But it only takes one injury to the wrong Oxford rider.
I won't mention names.
This meeting's been alright. Me and Alan just get to sit back and watch it going on while you two talk about it, but it's been alright, I think, so far.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
That looks very busy at Oxfordshire.
Bar looks busy. Wouldn't want to be a bartender there.
If you don't get to watch the Speedway, just go and get sloshed.
That's the only way to watch Speedway at Oxford.
To be fair, if you look inside the clubhouse, it does look like there's still people there.
I think Scotty was going up to sign his book.
And if anybody wants the book, I do have one for sale. You can have it.
For the fee.
25 quid and it's yours. I'll post it for an extra £5.
How much did you pay for it?
£19.95.
Had £5.5 on because you had to read it.
Yeah,
Second
I'll
hand
throw in.
goods, the price usually goes down.
Isn't that
Second hand goods.
I'll throw in a signed book back for the price.
Do you still have your signed photos of yourself with an ice cream going?
No, nobody likes him.
I haven't got any more done yet.
Look at the fella in the background behind Jason Harold. He does look a little bit like Palmer, the fella with the hat on. From the side.
It does actually. What are you doing there, Palmer?
As I say, you talking to us from the pulpits.
Yeah, it's freezing.
And Palmer's going to enlighten us with some useful information.
If we are looking for a talking point, which while they're having an interval we are, this Sunday at Redcar is the Championship Riders Final. And Cal, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a 3 o'clock start.
It is indeed. I'm coaching rugby in Durham at 11 o'clock, and I believe we're dropping Mum and Ollie off home and going straight there afterwards. I think it'll be.
I won't be on my own.
Oh, get in. I think we'll have our friend from Oxford, Mr. Peasley, dressed up as Ben. So if you do go to Redcar, get your money out to donate to the Ben Fund.
Or because he is a Redcar fan, just give him abuse like me.
Oxford fan, you mean?
Yeah.
Palmer's having a Western today.
Oh, like evening, like day, innit?
And Just a reminder, there will not be a watch along on Friday because Palmer will be at Scunthorpe for the first leg. There is one Saturday for the second leg of this meeting, and I think that's a 3 o'clock start as well. It's on before the Grand Prix, isn't it?
Yeah, so with a bit of luck, they'll just rush through that so we can sit back and enjoy the Borfest of Voyens.
With the Chinese.
Why don't you guys do double duty? Why don't you do a big watch along for both meetings?
Because we'll be bored stiff by the time we get past the first block of heats in the Grand Prix and hate life.
Basically,
Well,
yeah.
How can you be bored of a GP lineup that involves the returning Kim Nilsson?
Not a single person cares. And the crowd goes mild.
Because it's Voyens.
Yeah, that one. If it was Torren, may have been a different story. But it's not.
Yeah. To be fair, I think the best track the GP has had 2 rounds ago. I wouldn't mind Waslav being the closing round of the GP series.
Here's a talking point for us while we got a minute. Ty Woofenden did an interview that's gone out and there's a snippet, and he says a rider doesn't eat for 4 days before a Grand Prix to keep an eye on his weight. Is that reckless and dangerous or smart?
Reckless and dangerous.
That is dangerous. Like he could make himself seriously ill.
And who do we think said rider is? There's a lot of theories going around of who it could be. That's something stupid, in my opinion, that Leon Madsen would do.
I don't reckon it's Madsen, but I do reckon it's Danish.
Mikkelsen.
I would not be surprised if it's him.
And
To be fair, I could see someone like Mikkelsen doing that.
And his season's now over, confirmed the other day as well.
I feel really sorry for him because he's really stepped up this year. You could see it was building and building and building, and then this year it seemed to finally just click for him. Obviously, he's finally got his GP win, and he's proven himself to be one of the best in the world. And for it to end the way it did, yeah, can't help but feel sorry for him.
Another talking point there. This has divided people across the sport, really. That crash with Mikkelsen and Schmarzlik, did the ref get it right, or did he drop a bollock with that decision?
I think it was a terrible decision. It should have been Schmarzlik gone all day long. Just completely went across him, and Mikkelsen had nowhere to go.
I'd tend to agree with Callum. Palmer, what's your view on this one?
I think the quietness suggests that he thinks it should have been Mikkelsen.
No, I can't disagree. I think me and Dill, we watched the GP on a little chin wag to ourselves, and I think we both said Smarzlik should have been out for that.
It's certainly an interesting one, and then by the cruel twist of fate, that 1 point that he got for being in the rerun of that was what got him through to the semi-finals and ultimately winning the final.
I know obviously you can't help but despise the referee who was in it, and I mean, as I said in the group chat, I can't believe someone as incompetent as he is, because he's been on the world stage before and he's made absolutely horrific decisions, like the Ty Woofenden incident a few years ago where he excluded him when no one was at the tapes. And I mean, there was also in 2019, I remember watching I went to the Speedway Nations semi-final event in Bellevue, and he allowed a race to be completed when literally only one rider could see the green light, and you had riders fly in different points of the track. It was an absolutely shocking decision, but he just allowed the race to be completed and the result to stand, which isn't good at all for the paying public.
At least British Speedway referees aren't that bad. What about after Madsen crash? Should Leon have carried on? Winchester's asked about should Leon Madsen have carried on when he clearly had his bell rung with the crash with Holder. Who was at fault for that one as well? That was a funny one for me.
I can't remember what happened. I'm going to go on Eurosport's Twitter, see if I put it on.
When Leon Madsen locks up and Holder goes straight into him.
That's Madsen's fault all day long. I remember now.
Yeah, I thought it was Madsen's fault as well. I was trying to remember back to what happened. And I think in regards to Dan's question, I think Madsen, he looked completely dazed and out of it there. How he got clear to continue the meeting, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a funny one. There mustn't have been concussion protocol that night, was it? Maybe, because if he'd have been signed out with concussion, he wouldn't have been racing in his home Grand Prix this week.
That's true.
Because he definitely had his bell wrong. I mean, he's an idiot and he's a bellend and he's absolutely a clown-like, but he still got his bell wrong and shouldn't have carried on.
No, I think the thing is with concussion, like it's not just your own personal life you're putting in danger. So if you are riding a bike in that situation, like you actually, because of how badly hurt you are, you're in a danger to the riders around you as well. And like if you, because of being unfit to race, if you made one stupid mistake, it could be fatal to anyone who's behind or in front of you, because you could just be going straight across them or locking up and making them fly into the side of you. So it's not. You shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation, I don't think.
And just one more topic of conversation I want to get your fellas' thoughts on. We talk about Leon Madsen being a bellend after the semi-final when he was on the blower about Dan Bewley's chain guard moaning and whining and stuff. What were your thoughts on that?
I just thought you finished last anyway. Why are you injured? you probably would have finished third, but that would be about it. But I suppose with the GP point system in place, like any point is vital, isn't it?
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke, in my opinion.
It's one of them, innit? A chain guard comes off. It comes off. They come off all the time, and races just carry on. There was no reason for him to hop on the phone.
Again, could that have just been him acting recklessly because he had a potential concussion? Something that he may not have usually done.
That, or he thought the referee's number was the Danish Just Eat number.
Can I have a meat feast pizza, please? You're still on the track, mate. Go home.
What day is it first? Christmas.
Yeah.
And just like that, filler done. We're on with Heat 12. I'll let you boys take it away for the last 4 heats.
Thanks. We can also confirm Paul Stark comes out here for Sam McGurk.
Lovely jubbly. It's almost as if Workington want to give themselves a chance in the second leg.
Make it sound like they already had a chance.
So the riders are at the tapes for heat number 12, and the rider in red going off gate 1 is the unbeaten Ben Cook. In gate 2 in the yellow helmet is Paul Stark, who's had a pretty promising night up to now. Gate 3 in blue is under 21 star Vinnie Ford, and on the outside in the white helmet colour is Antti Vuolas, who has scored the same amount of bonus points as he has total points.
What a boy.
And their tapes are knackered. Would it be having funny, would they, with you doing the amateur meetings, Dan?
Unfortunately, Paul couldn't afford my wages. But yeah, no, had they got a proper start marshalling team in net, they wouldn't have these issues like they do at Scunthorpe as well. In the actual meetings. Never forget.
Don't you guys just do green light starts because your riders try and cheat you in reruns all the time?
There's only Tofty that does that, boss.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably do that away, but you know. But Heat 12 then away we go, and it's a very good start as we expect, as normal from Ben Cook. So it's Cookie that has the lead of 2 Workington boys there in second and third, and Antti Vuolas. Fair play to Antti Vuolas. He's putting Cookie under some pressure there with Paul Stark in the third place. Vinnie Ford nowhere to be seen. He's near the back, but he can be seen now thanks to the lovely BSN camera angle. Thanks BSN. And now we can't see Ben Cook because he's about 800 miles in front. Anti-Viewlass is pretty settled there in second. Looks back to see where Starkey is and sees Starkey's in third. So where these two boys now just need to look at keeping Vinnie Ford towards the rear of the field, and I think they're probably going to do that. But we've got one lap left to go, and yeah, Ben Cook's unbeaten run's going to continue. Anti-Viewlass is going to double his score. Paul Stark's going to complete his... Oh, it's not even his programmed ride. He's going to have another ride where he scored points. And I'd like to congratulate Vinnie Ford on doing all 4 programmed rides without saying hello to the air fence.
Do you reckon we'll have a night where all the 3 heat leaders of Poole are going to finish unbeaten?
It's certainly looking that way, isn't it?
It is. They don't but all look unstoppable up to now. So the race for heat number 12 there was a win for the rider in red, Ben Cook. Second in white, after a nice gate there, was Anti-Viewlass. And third in yellow, holding off Vinnie Ford, was Paul Stark. It was 3-all in that race, and the progressive totals are now 42 to Poole and 30 to Workington. Only 3 5-1s for Workington and 3 heats, and it's a 45-all draw.
Comebacks on, boys. Here we go.
And is this an appropriate time to mention Meg Cascunny from 2022?
I mean, it's never an appropriate time, but if there is ever a time, then here is the time. But yeah, that was some evening, wasn't it?
I love that meeting. It was class.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I remember how happy
we,
you. What was that?
the night Scunthorpe become Bellevue, and we proper Bellevued it.
The best part about that was Rob Peasley saying even Scunny can't mess this up. And then
What
4
does he
heats
know?
later, he won by 2 points. The riders are at the tapes now for heat number 13, and in gate 1 is Workington's guest, Louis Kerr. In red in gate 2 is Rocketman Richard Lawson. Yellow off gate 3 is Troy Batchelor. And on the outside in blue is Tom Brent. I was about to hiccup. I saved it though.
Is everything all right?
You are?
I was going to say, is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I was mid hiccup during the announcements.
What a boy. So here we go, heat 13, and what a start there from Lewis Kerr. He goes really, really wide and he's relegated himself to second. As we all know, Richard Lawson is out in front. Troy Batchelor's there towards the rear of the field with Tom Brennan there. A rare third place for Tom round Poole, but Tom's going to try everything he can to get around Lewis Kerr there in the second position. Richard Lawson's checked out. Either way, he's gone. He can almost go and buy himself an hot dog. But yeah, this would certainly win Poole the meeting on the night, and going on this form, and Brennan gets ever so close there to Lewis Kerr down the back straight. Now Kerr goes wide, Brennan up the inside, Brennan lifts, locks up. 1 lap to go. Brennan's unbeaten run on the line. And Brennan goes wide, Kerr stays low. And coming around the third and fourth turns then for the final time. A very good ride there from Lewis Kerr to keep Tom Brennan at bay. This has won Poole the meeting on the night, and could you potentially say it has won Poole the place in the final?
It's a very big possibility because as good as Workington now at home, I can't see them cutting down on a 14-point deficit up to now. The results for Heat 13 there was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second, and doing a brilliant job to hold off the rider in blue, was Louis Kerr. And third was Tom Brennan, ending his unbeaten run on the night. However, and at the back is Troy Batchelor, who could only just watch the exciting battle between second and third there. I think Tom Brennan made a very poor gate, and he did well to get around with Batchelor, but obviously I think he gave himself too much of a job to get round Lewis Kerr in this one.
You quickly touch on there, Workington are good at home. Last time Poole were there, they beat them.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
That's very, very true. I completely forgot about that. But the second time round, they only got a 45-all draw, so it could be that Poole Workington managed to win this time, just not quite the deficit that Poole are giving them up to now.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see. And, well, we've got a quick minute while they're showing a replay. It's the second leg of the Premiership playoff semi-final tomorrow with Leicester and Ipswich. Who's going through and why is it Leicester?
Honestly, I think Ipswich gave themselves a decent gap on Monday night.
I think Ipswich dropped a ball on Monday night. They should have had double figures. And I think that's why Leicester will wrap it up before the interval tomorrow night. Which we're not doing a watch along for, by the way. We're just going to watch it sort of on our own little chinwag.
Yeah.
The Riders are now up to tapes with heat number 14, and it is as per programme. So in gate 1 in blue is Tobias Thompson, who I think looks like Schmeigel. To gate 2 in white is Leon Flint. In red off gate 3 is Zach Cook, and on the outside in yellow is Paul Stark, who's had a very strong evening up to now for Workington. And I think I made everyone leave after making the Schmeigel comment.
No, we're still here. Well, I am. I don't know about Dylan and the Scottish one. But I can see where you're coming from, though, Bush. So, Riders coming into line then for heat number 14. The Fat Controller, Start Marshall walks away. The tapes rise away. We go. It's a very good start there from Leon Flint in the white helmet colour for the Comets. Now, what can Zach Cook do around the outside? Flint lifts, Flint blocks the run of Zach Cook. Great ride there from Flinty. Now, what can Stark do, to be fair, coming around the outside there of the rider in blue, Tobias Thompson, and he's putting Zach Cook under a bit of pressure now. So it's currently the Comets on a 4-2, which would make Saturday's meeting a little bit better on the aggregate front for the Comets. But Leon Flint leading this one by example. Birmingham and Glasgow fans will be thinking, why couldn't he ride like this for us? But it's one of them. Zach Cook's trying everything around this outside run. It's safe to say Paul Stark settled in third place and Tobias Thompson's at the back. The big race. Always horrible. But see Zach Cook back up and on his feet there. Just lifted as he come out of the third and fourth turn. It was very, very lucky not to take Paul Stark and Tobias Thompson with him.
Multiple riders found a big hole in the heat 13 in that bend, and it looks like Zach's just clouted it. It's just locked up, and that's a case of trying too hard.
I think Flynn hit as well because he was having a bit of a wheelie there, and I think obviously Zach said he did well to avoid Stark and Thompson. I think he was also very lucky not to clip Flint as well and let him join him on the deck. It was a very, very rough one to watch there, but it's good that he got straight back up on his feet after the incident.
And Ben Brennan and Danny Ford are out now to see if he's alright. That one's awarded. You can run us through it, but maybe trying a little bit too hard there, and it gives Workington a couple more points than they would have got.
That's very, very true, and I think Workington will be a little bit happier now with the deficit going knocked from 14 to 10. So as Dylan said, the race was awarded and winning it was the rider in white, Leon Flint. Second was the rider in yellow, Paul Stark, doing a good job to hold off Tobias Thompson, who was in third. And Zach Cook obviously working overtime to get round Leon Flint and sadly paying the price, and that one has been excluded.
I I must admit, while we wait for the lineup for 15, I was very surprised to see Tobias Thompson left in there. I'd have rolled the dice on Vinnie Ford. He's looked quicker. Tobias Thompson's been really disappointing tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tobias Thompson, weirdly, he's actually, I think, has gotten worse since going in reserve rather than improving against what some would probably say weaker riders. I think he is actually doing better in the number 2 role.
Yeah, I cannot agree with you more there, Mush. He's gone very crap since moving to reserve. People expected him to be a bit crap, and then he surprised a few. Now he's showing us what we expected of him. He's just had a few too many niggles, few too many knocks, and dropping down, he's gone backwards.
Yeah, I do agree. I was one of them Speedway fans who, when I seen Poole had announced the signing with him, I was very shocked, and I thought it was a very poor signing. But he actually stepped up and competed really well. But he seems to have gone missing since being at number 6.
This Heat 15 is going to be interesting. Could Starkey get a 6th ride? He's looked solid tonight, to be honest.
I honestly agree with you completely. I'd either go Flint and Stark or Flint and Kerr. I can't see anyone else doing it. Bachelor's been struggling all night tonight. Viewelass made a decent gate in 12, but I wouldn't count on him with what he was doing early on.
I think the Poole pairing right themselves.
So you're saying Tobias Thompson and Vinnie Ford, yeah?
Yeah, they're going to give Workington a chance.
Yeah. What boys?
Danny Ford standing there having a chat. You're a wizard, Danny.
Does Danny know it's 10 o'clock at night? He doesn't need sunnies.
It's his sunglasses to hide the holes.
Where's he hiding his wand? That's what I want to know. Has he got his broomstick round the back waiting for him? Where's the scar gone?
Voldemort's behind you. Oh, ladies, happy.
He who shall not be named. Don't trust a fella in the beanie. Remember what happened with Quirrell? Oh, what has this turned into with Harry Potter references? Yeah, the Poole Pirates logo does look a little bit like the Dark Mark, just with crossbones through it. Oh, God. And I can see a bit of the Professor McGonagall's in Jason Harold. Oh, what fun that was.
Professor Trelawney.
She was a nutcase. It's Palmer in the early life. Oh, you got to have a bit of a laugh to bring a watch along to life. They have done the lineup, but obviously we can't hear it because we have to mute it.
It sounds like, from what someone said in a group chat, Workington's elected to go with Troy Batchelor.
Well,
did they say, oh yeah, I really wanted to see him live.
We want Batch.
Let's just get it on.
And for the final time tonight, fellas, knock yourselves out.
Thank you very much, Dylan. It looks like Poole have gone for Richard Lawson in Gate 3 and Ben Cook in Gate 1. I think that's not a surprise, really. They've both been unreal tonight for Poole.
How unlucky is Brennan? That last place in 13 or third place ruled him out of this one.
To be fair, I think if he got second, I think it would have been very harsh on any of them not to have been given a 5th ride with the way they've been tonight.
To be fair, Poole do make the rules up as they go along. We'll have 3 Poole riders and a Workington rider.
Yeah,
Tom yellow. They've took Gate 1 and Gate 4. Oh, there's Troy Batchelor. He's in the yellow helmet. And Leon Flint's took the white. So, for the final time tonight, it's Heat 15. I'm not sure which one elected what. I'm presuming, though, that it'll be Poole going for 1 and 3. So in the red helmet colour is Ben Cook. Gate 2 in white is Leon Flint, hoping to get a second win after that impressive display in Heat 14. Red in blue off gate 3 is Richard Lawson hoping to finish the night on a 15-point max. And on the outside in yellow is Troy Batchelor for some reason.
Because funny.
Someone tells that fella with a rake to get off the track, otherwise he might be about to come roadkill.
So the tapes rise then for heat number 15, the final time tonight. It's a very good start there from the inside there in red. Ben Cook with both Comets chasing, but Richard Lawson just round the outside of the lot of them, like a knife going through hot butter. And this is virtually now all she wrote, barring any form of mechanical failure. And the Pirates are going to take a 14-point lead up to Workington on Saturday. Richard Lawson's just pulling away further and further now. Ben Cook's also pulling further and further away. Batch is there in third, which is going to give Flinty his only last place of the meeting. As we come round turns 3 and 4 for the semi last time. Now we're going round first and second bands for the last time this evening. This is the insightful knowledge you get here at Shoot Some Shale, folks. Please stick around as Richard Lawson comes round to take the win. Ben Cook second, Troy Batchelor third.
Yeah, I think it's hard not to. I think you would be mad not to think of any other result there other than a 5-1 with these guys, and they've been absolutely phenomenal tonight. It was definitely a tough task for the Workington boys to do something there. So for Heat 15, it was a 5-1 to Poole, with the rider in blue, Richard Lawson, winning it and getting a 15-point max. Second in red was Ben Cook, with a paid max. And third in yellow was Troy Batchelor, who was just around there, but he wasn't really competing with Ben Cook. And Leon Flint, after a very solid night, will be quite disappointed with that last race. So it was 5-1 there to Poole, and the final score for tonight is 52 with it and 38. And I think that's probably the most Workington have scored at Wimborne Road this season. So very well done to them.
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, I think I was talking to Dylan earlier. I didn't really give the Comets much hope at all. They've done a lot better than I expected. I'll run down the final scorers then. So for the Pirates, Richard Lawson with 15-point maximum, Sam Hagan 4, Ben Cook 13 and 2 paid maximum, Zach Cook 5, Tom Brennan 10, Tobias Thompson 2 and a bonus, Vinnie Ford 3. For Workington then, Lewis Kerr 5 and 1, Jason Edwards 4 and 1, Ranty Viewlas 4 and 2, Leon Flint 9, Troy Batchelor 7, Sam McGurk 0, Paul Stark 9 and 3.
10 plus 1, weren't it? That's what this had on. It might have been.
I don't know. I can't do maths.
I never bothered.
10 plus 2 I've got for Paul Stark.
He still got
Maybe
the
I've
same
just
paid.
got it wrong.
He got paid for the same amount.
So he got paid 12.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Just a quick reminder from what we've got coming up. We won't be on tomorrow. We're just going to watch that amongst ourselves. We won't be on Friday because Palmer's at Scunny. We will be on Saturday, where me and Palmer will be back for the second leg of this. We'll probably go live about sort of 20 to 3, so we can have a quick discussion of the result from Scunny and Oxford the night before, and then preview this one as well. And we'll be back next Wednesday with the second leg of Oxford and Scunny as well. So a busy old week.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Moss.
But it is a quiet off season, so I suppose we'll have a busy old week. The plan is for next week it'll be me and Alan, unless anything drastically changes, or Alan double books himself.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll let Mr. Palmer outro us. Again, as always, a massive thanks to Cal. Always love having Cal on. Always fun.
Cal knows what he's talking about.
Thanks for the night, boys. I enjoyed that. It was a good fun as always.
So, thanks to everyone that's joined us this evening. We appreciate having you with us. And yeah, as Dill's gone and said, we're not doing one tomorrow. We're not doing one Friday because I will be freezing my knackers off at Scunny. So we will see you on Saturday. Have a pleasant Thursday and Friday. Goodbye.